and lead developer of SciChart, which is a high-performance WPF and Silverlight chart. I'm just going to take you through some of the features in SciChart 2, which is progressing very well and quite close to being released. It looks like we're going to release a beta this week, and it's 1st of June at the moment, so hopefully this will be in your hands soon. Just before we begin, if you watch this in HD, you'll get a better appreciation of what we've done, because you'll be able to see things a little bit more clearly. Okay, so what new features do we have in SciChart 2? Well, we've got 9 new chart types. These include box plot, error bars, bubble chart, fan chart, heat map or spectrogram, stacked column chart, stacked bar, stacked mountain, and stacked columns side by side, i.e. multiple columns in the same category side by side. And what else have we got? Well, we've got a number of API features as well. So number one, there's no more DataSeriesSet. You just bind renderable series directly to data series. This is going to greatly simplify adding or removing series or changing series type, because there's no more data series index to maintain. The order of series is the order of renderable series, and because it's a binding, you just keep the relationship between the two. We've added unlimited multiple x-axis, so we have the ability to put x-axis at the top or the bottom alignments, or both. You can bind series or annotations to specific x-axis. We've also added the ability to swap x and y-axis position, so you can rotate the chart. You can see a little image of this down on the bottom right, and this lets you create vertical charts with the x-axis on the left and the y-axis on the top or bottom. We've introduced a new PointMarker API, so triangle, ellipse, cross, square point markers are now built in. This simplifies something which a lot of people have asked about, is setting the point marker color to that of the parent series. This is now done by default. Point markers use fast bitmap rendering, and we've also got a templated marker type for backwards compatibility. We've added support for more data types, so all of these types, ushort, short, uint, ulong, byte, date time, time span, etc., these are all now permitted in data series. And we've introduced a new time span axis which can consume time spans on the x-axis. We've done a bit of a refactor around the axis interactivity, so there's a new API for this. It'll be easier to create your own custom modifiers, as we have a class which does scrolling and zooming and scaling for you. And this has also had a spin-off effect that we've got a much more improved ability to zoom, pan and scroll on blank charts and logarithmic charts, which was a problem with version 1 of SciChart. And another feature, this is a big one, is alternative subpixel renderer. So there's an image on the right. I don't know if you can see it very clearly on the video, but the image shows that basically on the left we've got this high-speed renderer which is quite aliased, even with anti-aliasing on. That's because it's all integer coordinates, whereas the high-quality renderer uses floating point coordinates, and it's a lot smoother. If you look at the difference on this image on the right versus on the left, this is magnified 2 times. It's a lot smoother. So what else? Well, a number of styling improvements. We have added high performance axis bands, so you can have banding on the X or the Y axis. We've added dash line support, which supports stroke dash array. Gradient brush support for columns, candlesticks, mountain, box plot and stack charts. And support for custom themes, so you can create a custom theme that inherits iTheme provider, and you can switch the theme out yourself. A couple of non-functional improvements. We have faster rendering in multiple axis scenarios. We've developed a plugin renderer architecture, error handling, exceptions, and why SciChart didn't render. These are all outputs to the console window, so you'll never see an exception again happen on the render thread. It'll output to the console window. So let's have a quick look at the actual application. We've got this up here. Let me just bring this down. And I'll show you briefly. We've got a box plot here. So specific data type for this, and it's rendering essentially open, high, low, close, but with a median value. We have a bubble chart, which this has X, Y, Z data, and the Z value is the bubble size, and also you can scale the bubble like this, and this zooms very, very well. It's very, very smooth. Digital band series, well, this feature actually existed in version 1, but we've improved it a lot, so we have now a digital band series as well as a band series. There's a heat map type here, which is a spectrogram. Now bear in mind I'm actually recording the screen, so this operates a lot faster when you're not using all your CPU to record. What else do we have? Okay, we have error bars. So error bars are available on both line and scatter series. In fact, they're available on anything. It's a separate series, but it requires specific data as an input. And you'll see that we allow different error for high and low. A fan chart, which is simulated by multiple band series. This is very, very useful for financial predictions. And let's scroll down a bit. We've got stacked bar chart. So this is a stacked column chart, but with the aligned on the left, and a stacked column chart. You'll notice that we're using gradient brushes here. This is optional. You can have solid colors, and it's a lot quicker if you have solid colors, but it's no laggard as well. I mean, you can still zoom very, very nicely. Stack columns side by side. So here you'll see that we have 2 stacks, but left and right as well. So there's all sorts of combinations you can do here with this chart type. Stacked mountain. And let's go down a little bit. Let's have a look at multiple x-axis. So here we've got 4 series, and they're registered to different x and different y axes. And of course we have vertical charts. So vertical charts shows this x-axis on the left and y-axis on the top, so you can now zoom in like this. This is very, very good for showing drill profiles. And oh look, another one, dashed line styling. So here we have some dashed lines. This is using stroke dash array, which is a new property on line series, fast line renderable series. And we also support stroke dash array on grid lines. I'm not sure if you can make it out in the video, but we have this here. So those are all the new features, and we still have our high performance, if I can find it, here we go, performance demo. So do bear in mind I'm recording here, but you know, we can still render millions of points in SciChart. We've got a lot more features in terms of visual styling, so you know, the ability to add bands to axis, which you saw here, the ability to have dashed lines, and we've got this high quality renderer as well. I mean, there really is a lot which is about to come out soon, but you know, we just want to reassure you guys that everything that was already there has been preserved. You know, we are extremely fussy about performance, and we want to keep it that way. So if you choose to have the higher quality features, yeah, you're going to suffer a little bit of a loss in performance, but you know, it's still good. Let me just show you this here. So this is the high quality mode, and if I zoom in, you can see that it's still zooming responsively, and it's a very high quality line. If I change that back to high speed, you'll see that this is now a jagged aliased line. Even though anti-aliasing is on, by the way, this unfortunately uses integer coordinates, so you're still going to get this effect, but the high quality renderer uses floating point coordinates. And something you'll notice up here, this is a bit of a teaser, but there is another renderer here, which is Hardware Direct 2D and Hardware DirectX. Because we've built this plug-in rendering engine, we have the ability to swap the renderer for other types, and these are prototypes that we've created. We're not going to be releasing them with SciChart 2 just yet, because we don't feel that they're quite up to scratch, but this is a direction that we're going in, the ability to utilize the GPU where applicable and use more of your resources to free up the CPU. So I hope that's been a good presentation. I am really excited to get SciChart 2 out there and see what you guys think of it. Please give us your feedback. There'll be a beta that goes out soon, and if you have any questions, of course, email us or on the forums. Thank you very much for your time.